Hello everyone, good morning. I hope all of you are good and I am also fine. So another topic I will discuss today. The topic is parallelogram law of vectorization from the chapter vector of motion in a plane from subject physics. Okay. So what is the statement of this law? So when two vectors both in magnitude and direction, okay, be represented by the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then the diagonal passing through them will represent the resultant vector of them both in magnitude and direction, both in magnitude and direction. Okay, so what is the statement, sir? The statement is like that: when two vectors can be represented both in magnitude and direction by the two sides of a triangle, okay, by the two sides of a triangle, by the two sides, adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then the diagonal passes through the adjacent side. The diagonal, if this one is the two sides, then the diagonal passes through the adjacent side, will represent the resultant vector of them. So let me draw it. Now we have to find out the magnitude of resultant. Okay, so let's draw the figure. Suppose this one is 1, this one is A, this one is B, and I draw a diagonal from them. Okay, this one is R, so R vector is equal to A vector plus B vector, and this one is theta, this one is O, this one is P, Q, N, and this one is S. Okay, so look at here. These are the two adjacent sides of parallelogram, be represented by the two vectors A and B both in magnitude and direction. Then the diagonal passing through them will represent the resultant of them. Okay, how? Suppose this one is B, so it will be B vector. Opposite side of the parallelogram is equal, is not it? So this, if this represents the B vector, then it will be B vector. If this represents A vector, it will be A vector. Now forget about this line. Now remember the triangular law of vectorization. Okay, so if this one is A and this one is B and they are in order, then the third side will represent the resultant of them, is not it? It was the triangular law of vectorization. So from triangular law of vectorization you can apply this one here and you will find the resultant vector. Okay, so let's start. Let's consider, suppose this one is beta, this one is angle beta. This theta equal to angle between A vector and B vector. Beta equal to angle between A vector and R vector. Okay, resultant vector R. R is the resultant vector here. Now from triangle PQN, what we get, sir? We get sin theta equal to qn by pq, right? That is qn equal to pq sin theta. It will be b sin theta, right? Again here also cos theta equal to how much? Base by hypotenuse, that is base is pq, pn, so pn by pq. Okay, so pn equal to pq cos theta. Now it will be b cos theta. Okay, now take the triangle. So for there will form triangle ONQ. So what we get here? We get OQ square equal to ON square plus QN square. Okay, so OQ square, ON square, we can split this one in OP plus PN, is not it? OP plus PN whole square, that is NQ square. Now come here, we can say this one is R and this one is A and this one is B. Pn is what? Pn is B cos theta, right? Whole square, and this one is B sin theta whole square. So R square equal to A square plus 2AB cos square theta plus B square cos square theta plus B square sin square theta. So R square will be A square plus 2AB, sorry, it will be cos theta. Here it will be only B square. If I take cos square, B square is common, it will be cos square theta plus sin square theta. And cos square theta sin square theta is what, sir? Cos square theta and sin square theta is 1. That is A square plus 2AB cos theta plus B square. So R is what? R is A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Okay, now this is what, sir? This is the resultant of the magnitude of the resultant vector. This one is the resultant of magnitude of the resultant vector R. Okay, now we have to find out the direction of the resultant vector. So let's try. Now direction of the resultant vector. Direction of the vector R. Okay, so to find out the direction of the resultant vector R, we consider the triangle OQN, this whole triangle. So from triangle OQN we get what? We get, sir? We get OQN we get tan beta equal to Qn by On, right? Tan beta equal to Qn by On. That is tan beta equal to, this one is B sin theta, right? And we can split this one OP plus PN. Okay, so it will be become B sin theta by A plus B cos theta, right? So tan beta will be B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. So this is the direction of the resultant vector. This is the direction of the resultant vector. Okay, so let me explain again in 10 to 13 seconds. So what, first of all, the statement. What is the statement? When two vectors both in magnitude and direction be represented by the two adjacent sides. Adjacent side means the starting point will be same. The two side whose starting point will be same, it's called adjacent side. Okay, so the starting point of OS and OP are same, so these are the two adjacent side. So this adjacent side represent the vector A and B both in magnitude and direction. Now the diagonal passing through this adjacent side will represent the resultant of them. So the diagonal r vector will represent the resultant of A and B, right? Now both in magnitude and direction. Now we have to find out the magnitude of resultant vector r is what and the direction of the resultant vector. So for that I consider theta is the angle between A and B and beta is the angle between r vector and A vector, right? Resultant vector and r vector. Now from triangle PQN, those are already watched my last video for triangular law of vector addition, and already know I explained this pattern here, okay, this type of explanation. So look at this triangle, and sin theta is what, sir? Qn by PQ. That is Qn is PQ sin theta, and PQ is what? B. That is B sin theta. Now cos theta is what, sir? Pn by PQ. That is base by hypotenuse. So Pn is what? Pn is PQ cos theta. Okay, right? It will be B cos theta. So now take the whole triangle. This one big triangle, O N Q. So what we get? OQ square equal to ON square plus NQ square. So ON I can split this way, in this way, OP plus PN, right? OP plus PN whole square. So this one will be, if I simplify this one, what? If I put the below OP, PN, OQN, NQ, so what this will become like that. Just putting the just after putting the below of all the sides, then I simplify this one. This is A plus B whole square form. Okay, A square plus 2 B square. Now I take the common B is from B square here, and it will be left cos square theta plus sin square theta. And cos square theta plus sin square theta is what, sir? It is 1. So R equal to root under A square plus B square 2AB cos theta. Right? Now the direction of R vector. To find out the direction of the R vector, we just consider the whole triangle and take the tangent angle of beta, and it will become Qn by ON. So Qn can be split OP plus Pn, and after that I just put the below of Qn, OP and Pn, and what becomes tan beta equal to B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. So this is the final scenario of parallelogram vector addition. Okay, I hope all of you understood this one. Hello everyone, good morning. I hope all of you are good. So another topic, the topic I will discuss now is polygon law of vector addition. Okay, polygon law of vector addition, right? Fine. So what is the statement of this law? Statement of this law is, if a number of sides be represented both in magnitude and direction by the of a open polygon taken in order, okay, then the resultant vector of them will represent by the closing side of the polygon both in magnitude and direction. Right, both in magnitude and direction. Okay, so let's prove it. So what they given? If a number of sides can be represented by the sides of a polygon, of an open polygon, in the both in magnitude and direction in an order, then the last side or the closing side of the polygon will represent the resultant of them. Okay, right. So let's prove it. So Suppose we draw a polygon here. This one is one side, this one is another side, this one is another side. Okay, I draw a pentagon here. So suppose this one is O, this one is P, this one is Q, this one is R, and this one is R, S. Okay, right? I represent this vector is A, this one is B, this one is C, and this one is D, right? Okay, then this closing side will represent the resultant of them both in magnitude and direction in opposite order. Okay, that means we can say R vector is equal to A vector plus B vector plus C vector plus D vector, right? We can say R vector will be A vector plus B vector plus C plus D vector, but we have to prove it. How? Let's see. I draw a line from this point to this point and draw another line from this point to this point. Okay, so now it becomes 3 triangles, 1 2 3 triangles. Okay, so now from triangle OPQ, what I get? Look at here. If I forget the other 2 triangles, if I just consider this triangle, this one is one side and this is another side, and these 2 sides are in order, so the opposite side will represent the resultant of them, is not it? So it will become what? This one, it will represent the vector A vector plus B vector, is not it? So we can say OQ vector equal to OP vector plus PQ vector, right? So OQ vector is what? OQ vector equal to A vector plus B vector. Fine. Okay, so give one equation here. Now from triangle, now consider this triangle. Just forget about the 2 triangles, other 2, consider this triangle OQR. Okay, so from triangle OQR, so what we get, sir? We get, now this one is in the direction, forget about the 2, this is one side, this is another side, so these 2 sides are in same order, so third side will represent the resultant of them. So we can say OR equal to OQ plus QR, right? So OR is what? OR is, sir, A vector plus B vector from equation 1, and OQR is C vector, right? This one is C vector, this one is another equation. Got it? So you have to just prove it by taking single triangle. Okay, first I consider this one, I get on this one, and after that I consider the middle triangle and I get this one. Now I consider the third triangle. Okay, so let's try. Now come here. From triangle ORS, we get what? We get OS equal to OR plus SR, right? Now OS is what? I don't know. This one is R vector resultant, and OR is what, sir? OR is, sir, here A vector plus B vector plus C vector, is not it? What is what, sir, here? A vector, B vector and C vector. OR is what? From equation 2 we can say A vector, B vector plus C vector, and SR is what? SR is D vector. There is RS is D vector. So it becomes resultant vector R equal to A vector plus B vector plus C vector. So this is the proof. Okay, so proving. So we proved it, right? Okay, so let me explain in 10 seconds again. Suppose this one is one triangle, I want polygon. I draw OP, PQ and QR and SR here, and I represent the fourth side is A, B, C and D both in magnitude and direction. Okay, the closing side will be represent the resultant of the two of the force. Okay, so that means we have to prove r vector equal to a vector plus b vector plus c vector, right? Now I just take the first angle and use the triangle law of vector addition, and it becomes OQ equal to a vector plus b vector, and I then consider the middle triangle, second triangle, and I use the same formula, vector addition of triangle, and I find OR equal to a vector b vector plus c vector. Okay, next I consider the I take the third triangle and use the same formula, vector law of addition, and I get the resultant vector r is a vector plus b vector plus c vector plus d vector. So it's proved. So hence it's proved the closing side always represent the resultant vector between them, all of them in opposite order. Okay, so I hope it will helpful for you. And thank you for watching.